Well, I heard something. It's another one of those bamboo traps, I think. It was in some bushes. I heard something and felt something and think, I don't feel it in here. I don't feel it in here. I suppose they have an implant right about here. Burns sometimes. Uh, don't know what this. Don't know what this is. I'm not feeling anything. Some of these are very small. I'm not feeling anything. I don't feel drugged or poisoned any more than I already am. Certainly am poisoned. They've been doing something to my bones, releasing something that's dissolving my bones. Yeah. Okay. Well, well, so just the other day, I was on the roof, and I was looking out. I was looking out towards this old building that's at the foot of Skinner's Butte, and I remember from the hypnotic regression at the age of 7, Tim Jennings asked me where I was at, and I said, well, that old, that building that's in front of Skinner's Butte, the white building. Well, it's over there, I guess. Oh, well, you're in a new building. You're in a building that doesn't exist yet. I see. I see. Oh, and then I heard this Japanese girl singing like a Japanese folk song. In the prevision, I went and I went and talked to her, but this time around, I didn't do that. Also, I was going to talk to this group of guys who were part of this gang, but I didn't. I missed my opportunity to do that tonight. And I can hear these bastards overhead. Not feeling anything. Not feeling anything right now. I'll find out who they are anyway. I'll follow them. It would be so much easier if somebody else did it. Guess I can't say these things, huh? Anyway, Tim Jennings. I think he owns this building. Just on a whim, what did I do? I went into Davidson's property management. I found out they're connected with the Jennings group. It must be Tim Jennings who owns Davidson's. Then these two fellows in this coffee shop today, they were gaslighting me to the effect, you know. I think they're just trying to it's just a trap, you know. These people are so wicked. These people are so fucking wicked. An oracle is like the finest technology you can get your hands on. And that's what I was. That's what I was for Tim Jennings, and that's what I was for the Marine Corps later on, you know? And the CIA. All of this unbeknownst to me. So I remember telling Tim about endocrine disruptors. He said, "Oh, you mean like DDT?" I said, "Sure, DDT, atrazine, BPA." I told him about how printer receipts, you know, the filmy ones with the shiny film that rubs off on your hand. That's just a very high concentration of BPA, and some people make a tea with that, and they put it in a dropper bottle, and they put that in people's drinks that they don't like. Just people, you know, they have some kind of political disagreement with, just this, you know, they're out there destroying humanity. They're out there causing intense hatred, and it just reciprocates, and you know, what goes around comes around, and you know, they're just destroying humanity, you know. And Tim, well, he told me, like, well, you know, I think I'm gonna do that to some kids. I said, "Oh no, Tim, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, you're just gonna wind up being the same kind of person that you are now, but it'll be even worse, you know, in your next life." And he said, "No, I like the way I am. You know, I like the way I am." And he was going to do this because then he could have dominion over them. He could dominate over them, you know. Now, this was going to be part of the cultivation process. He said, "Oh, well, would you rather I did it to you?" And I was like, "Oh, God, oh, God. No, no, no." I just said no. You know, some people, they think they can do anything, and I mean, they must know there's repercussions, you know, but it doesn't matter, you know. Anyway, that's you know, that's common knowledge. Everybody knows that. Well, yeah. So I think they lured me here. That's my current operating theory. They lured me here. They have that kid. He was going to lure me into, you know, he was going to have me take over his lease at a higher rate. And I figured out, you know, people are paying less, and so I you know, petitioned for, you know, for the lower figure, and I wasn't going to. Otherwise, I wasn't gonna go through with it. So anyway, yeah, I had a dream about him years before. This kid from Lebanon. He wouldn't tell me his last name, interestingly, nor where he was going after this. And in the dream, he thought that I was responsible for killing his family at close range with a rifle. And then I do recall some kind of very vivid dream, or like a daydream or something, where I did something like that. It was like I was in my old neighborhood in the hills of Springfield, and it was at this one house, and it didn't look like Lebanon, or I don't know, maybe it reminded me of Lebanon or something, so the memories got blurred or something. But I don't believe that ever happened. That's just a bunch of, I don't know, he has some grudge against, I don't know, who knows what it is. He was telling me he's gonna he's gonna steal away my firstborn child and all this because of the higher rate and all that. But he's, anyway. So the world has its share of wicked people, and everybody's got their excuse, and they say you don't know the truth, and you are not the truth. And they're the truth, and you have to transmit their truth you have to tell their story. So it's funny. I mean, I begged and pleaded, please, Tim, let me just, don't make me disassociate. Don't make me just not remember all everything that I experienced. Because I could do so much good. Knowing everything, knowing about how everything, my whole life, and I could take that intelligence and I could, put it to good work. I wouldn't have to go through all those things. I wouldn't have to do those things. But no, he, I could help you, we could do great things, why don't, we can make the world a much better place. But no, that's not what he wanted. He wanted me to experience all these awful things, These people think that they're part of this soul group network thing, and it's part of the teachings of these secret societies, these Gnostic secret societies. And it's like the situation when the Dalai Lama dies. There are traits, of the Dalai Lama, traits of the baby, the Dalai Lama when he was a baby, and the astrology of when he's born, or he's reincarnated, and all that, so they can identify the next one, And this is what these wicked people also believe, They believe they're going to live the same kind of life, and they're just going to fall into the hands of those same kind of people, and they're going to work for the intelligence agencies, and they're going to be criminals, and that's what they think is a worthwhile way to spend your time, evidently. They just want to keep doing that, because it's just so much fun. Yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah, in every city, I mean, there are people up on the hill there whom, the police know that they killed, some guy up there, some multimillionaire. He killed half a dozen people, to get to where where he got to, But none of that can be proven, and this guy. There are all kinds of stories like that. That's reality. So the Illuminati they're the apex predators. They're the people who are just willing to, who have the capability and the willingness to kill people without any qualms, and to torture and destroy, do anything, just do anything, to children, to adults, to anyone. That's the truth as they see it. That's the truth. That's their little truth. That is the correct time. It certainly is the correct time. So I've got a couple of magnetic mattress pads, and they're facing opposite polarity. This is the north, and the other one's north is down there, and the south are facing each other. So that might help a little bit, but they're not especially. They're just iron-based magnets, and they're not especially powerful. I got the copper. I got it's got a grounding wire. It's just extension cord, anyway. You clip off the. I mean, you can buy these, but you can just clip off the positive and negative AC connections. This is silver. That's aluminum. Silver fabric and aluminum screening. And you can see various, you got all these neodymium magnets all over the place. And so it'll warp the field a little bit. Got a piece of selenite wrapped in silver. Might help a little bit. We'll see what happens. I think they're gonna. This is this has got steel and silver in it. This fabric, but just having a grounding wire connected to you is really helpful. Oh, let's see. Where's my little? There it is. Yeah, this is same arrangement here with these neodymium magnets. They're facing each other in a way that's repulsive. They're in opposition, so south to south, north to north. And then I have this little meteorite fragment. This is a metallic meteorite. It's mainly iron, but it's also got platinum and iridium and arsenic and a bunch of other exotic, lead and it's got some other exotic metals in there, and that should really distort the field. The meteorite helps to helps you exist in many places at once. It lessens your shock at change, and it's I really think it's actually it's just a fragment of advanced technology. It's probably a piece of a flying saucer that was zapped or whatever, and it's probably what it is. I'm gonna see what happens.